This is the Stephen A. Smith Show podcast.
I'm Stephen A. Come back to hour number 2 of the Stephen A. Smith Show right here with you on ESPN Radio, 250 plus markets across the United States of America, plus over the airwaves of ESPN Radio on Sirius XM. Channel 80, number to call up as always is 888-SAY-ESPN. It's 888-729-3776. Lots of stuff to get into come hour number 2. In just a few minutes, I'm going to get an opportunity to talk to my man Michael Collins. He's the golf writer, golf reporter extraordinaire for ESPN. Looking forward to covering the U.S. Open. Dustin Johnson, Justin Rose, Ricky Fowler, Rory McIlroy and the crew. Let's not forget Jordan Spieth as well. But, of course, Tiger is who's on everybody else's mind, by the way. So we're looking forward to talking to him about all of that. No way around that. We'll get into some more NBA free agency. We'll definitely do that. We'll get into some NFL talk as well because Antonio Brown made news. Got to talk about that. But for now, I'm going to get back to the phones at 888-SAY-ESPN. That's 888-729-3776. Let's go to Kelvin in Houston. You're live with Stephen A. What's up, Kel?
Hey, Stephen A. How you doing today?
I'm all right. Talk to me.
Hey, quick question. We all know that I'm a Houston Rockets fan. Rick Smith pulls off a heist to unload Brock Osweiler. Do you think Daryl Morey could do the same thing with Ryan Anderson's contract?
I doubt it. I just think it's too bad. I really, really do. I can't see that happening. Ryan Anderson, like if Ryan Anderson were playing, if Ryan Anderson were getting things done, that would be different. But the problem is, man, he's not doing anything for you right now. And if he's not doing anything for you, why are you going to pay money to get him? Why would you do that? Tell me that.
I can't argue with you on that, Stephen A. I was just curious, man, because that's probably going to be the biggest problem with us being able to acquire a Paul George or LeBron James.
I'm looking at Ryan Anderson. Do you know this upcoming season, he's owed $20.4 million. And the last year's $21.2 million.
Yes, sir.
That's what he's owed. You know what I'm saying? And
right.
I just don't know. I mean, listen, Daryl Morey, if anybody could pull something off, it's him. I wouldn't rule out anything with him. But James Harden is making $30 million next year. Chris Paul is due to negotiate a new deal. He's looking for about $200 million. All right, you got to do something for him. Otherwise, he could end up leaving and going back to L.A., but this time with the Lakers. You got Ryan Anderson's useless contract. You got Eric Gordon. P.J. Tucker's locked in. Eric Gordon's locked in for the next 2 years. But somebody might want a couple of those guys in the event that they want to make a move. So it's a tough spot for you guys to be in, no question.
Exactly. And Paul got my other question about Clint Capella, but I appreciate it, Stephen A. Keep doing what you do, man. I listen to you every day.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Let's go to Mario in Long Island. You're live with Stephen A. What's up, Mario?
Hey, Stephen A. How's it going?
I'm all right. Talk to me.
So, what do you think? You think any chance Kawhi maybe goes down to Miami with LeBron if they can trade someone?
I guess you could say it's a possibility. But right now, listen, Miami's over the cap. And I'm going to tell you something right now. They got a problem. First of all, Chris Bosh is still on the books for $26 million, although he's retired, and maybe you get some exception there. You got Hassan Whiteside at $24 million. Goran Dragic at 18. And then you got cats like James Johnson. James Johnson is making $14 million. And you know what really blows me away? You're a Heat fan. Are you a Heat fan, Mario?
Yes, I am.
Could you explain to me why Tyler Johnson's getting $19 million?
Can you explain it to me?
I can't. I mean, Andy Ellsberg is an astute basketball mind, and Riles is first class all the way. He's the winner within. But I don't understand why Tyler Johnson's getting paid $19 million any more than I understood why George Hill is in Cleveland getting $19 million. I don't get it. I don't understand it. See, these are the kind of things that'll make somebody like Kyrie and others sick to their stomach. When you got cats like this getting paid $19 million. I'm not saying they don't belong in the NBA or anything like that, but $19 million? $19 million? I don't understand that. I really don't. Appreciate the call, man. John in Pasadena, you're live with Stephen A. What's up?
Yeah, what's going on, man? Thanks for having me on. I had one thing. I want to say something about the emotional Laker fans. They keep saying that they don't want LeBron James here. I don't know what's going through their mind. I think they're just came accustomed to losing. And I feel like LeBron becoming a Laker will just put us in contingency to be able to develop our players while winning. The second thing, if we weren't it's a question. If we weren't able to get like a Paul George and just land a LeBron James, do you think Tyreek Evans would be a good fit over at the Lakers?
Kyrie would be a great fit if he's healthy. Kyrie would fit almost anywhere if he's healthy.
Tyreek Evans?
Oh, you said Tyreek Evans. I apologize. I didn't realize you were talking about Tyreek Evans. This is the thing. Tyreek Evans got better this year. There's no question about that. I'll give credit where credit is due, but I will tell you this. When I think about him right now, you know where my reservation lies? Can I trust that jump shot? Can I trust his jump shot? Because he needs to be able to shoot from the perimeter in order to be effective. He's not going to be effective without it, man. He's just not.
So hasn't he? Didn't he averaged like 19 points?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He can play too. No question about it. But I'm just saying, that's how I look at it. When I see him, that's how I look at it. I got to be able to trust. Listen, the bottom line is this. He needs to get paid. Only made $3 million last season. He needs to get paid. He's somebody that you want to add to your squad. There is no doubt about that. That is true. But the flip side to it is that you talk about Tyreek Evans. I just need to see more. I really, really do. I need to see more, and I need to see him be more consistent. You know, the Memphis Grizzlies last year, I mean, you could talk about what he averaged, but they were 22-60. What did they really, really do?
Yeah, but
he only played 52 games. You forgot that?
See, I feel like if the Lakers, we hit our free throws and do better on the rebounds, we'll win more next year. So we add a few pieces to the puzzle, we'll be able to do something.
Okay. Listen, I don't see it that way. I don't think Tyreek Evans makes a difference unless you have some star that arrives. I don't think he makes a difference on his own. I just don't see it. But I appreciate the call. Thank you. Kevin in Jersey, you're live with Stephen A. Talk to me.
Stephen A., good afternoon.
What's going on?
Real quick. One, to the people out there, stop comparing LeBron James to Michael Jordan. It's making me sick.
Okay.
Absolutely making me sick. Stop.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Go ahead.
The second thing is, I want you to tell me, why do you feel that LeBron James is a better all-around player than Kevin Durant? Because I respectfully disagree with you, Stephen A.
Well, I think that when you look at LeBron James over the course of 82 games, Kevin Durant, here's what I would say to you. They have two different games. LeBron James' game is a power game. Kevin Durant obviously is more finesse because of his slight physique, not to mention the fact that he's an elite shooter. He shoots long range, he can handle the rock, whatever. He just started really defending to the level that he's defending now. He deserves credit for that. But here's what I would tell you. Kevin Durant rarely takes the bull by the horn like he did in Game 3 of the NBA Finals and says, man, just give it to me. I got this. And a lot of times he's been content being second to the alpha dog in terms of his approach, because considering his efficiency, Kevin, he could do so much more than he actually does, even though he already averages 27. He can do so much more than he actually does if he was more aggressive about it. But he's not like that. Just like the other day when he comes out and says, I don't care about winning championships. I just want to get better every year. Now obviously he's lying because he's won back-to-back titles and he went to Golden State because he wanted a title. I'm just simply saying to you that it's not a skill issue, because the skill is different, but just as elite and as profound as LeBron's. The difference is LeBron has been more willing to take the bull by the horn than Kevin Durant until Kevin Durant arrived in Golden State the last couple of years.
Okay. Well, I appreciate your comment, Stephen A. Keep doing what you're doing, sir.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate it. Let's go. Waiting for a call. Is my man Michael Collins there? That's what I'm trying to find out. The second he comes on the line, we'll switch to him. He's there. Michael Collins, are you there, big boy?
What up, man? What's going on, brother?
How are you, my man? How's everything going?
It's going fantastic, but, brother, I caddied in the U.S. Open in 2004 when it was here at Shinnecock, and, brother, this is not the course that I caddied on.
How's it different? How's it different now?
Three different ways. Number one, when I was caddying, it was 85 to 90 degrees.
Okay.
With high humidity and 30-mile-an-hour winds, where now the temperature for the rest of this week is not supposed to get over 73. at all. And most of the time it's not going to crack 70. The wind is going to be down a little bit, probably 15 to 18 miles an hour, but the course is completely different. The fairways back then were crazy tight. They were like 26 to 28 yards wide. Now they're 28 to 34 yards wide. And the course is 7,400 yards long. They added, basically what the USGA did was add a par 4 without adding a hole. It's 450 yards longer than what it was before, but because of this weather and because of the temperature, it's playing crazy long.
Okay.
It's not going to be firm and fast.
Okay, so with that being said, who does this work best for, and who does it work against?
It works against the dudes that can't fly at 315 yards, because if the USGA maxes this golf course out, it basically is going to knock about 100 of the 156 guys out of the field, because it'll just be too long for them. Yesterday I was out with one of my boys, Pat Perez, who was a 2-time winner on the PGA, 3-time winner on the PGA Tour. And on the 9th hole, a par 4, he was hitting 3-wood in and barely got it to the front edge. And this was before the rain that we're sitting in right now has showed up. So you're going to knock those dudes out. The guy who's going to favor, and the guy who I picked to win from jump, Dustin Johnson. Because now, if he accidentally gets one a little bit offline on the tee, it's not going to hit the fairway and run into the junk, into the horror that is this rough. Because if you miss these fairways when they're soft, then you deserve to be penalized. And believe me when I tell you, if you go into this rough, you better have one of them little orange flags on the hat that you're wearing on your head, because they're going to lose school buses in this stuff.
Well, Michael Collins, I'm sorry to step out on you like that. I'm sorry to approach you this way, sir, but you really stepped out on a limb there. You're picking the number 1 player in the world to win. I mean, that's really taking a risk, Michael.
Hold up, though. Back up a little bit, man. Back up a little bit, because even though he's world number 1, he's still going to be making history, because you know what no one's ever done? No one's ever won the U.S. Open the week after winning the tournament the week prior. So no one's ever won the week before and then won the U.S. Open, ever. It's never been done before.
And why do you think that's the case? And why is that the case? What, they tie it? They tie it from swinging the golf club? Is that what it is?
Don't make me get you out on the golf course and walk 18 holes 4 days in a row.
I will tell you.
There's a reason.
I will tell you that is hard.
Other athletes
That's
that
hard.
play golf, you know. Yeah, you know. Other athletes all the time in other sports, baseball players, NFL players especially. I love when NFL guys play in a 4-day pro-am and they have to walk off 4 days, and by the 3rd day they're like, yo, I don't know how them dudes do it. And it's like, bro, you played in the Super Bowl, how come your shirt untucked and you all sweaty looking beat up? Like, you had 400-pound dudes just blasting you at the line of scrimmage, and yet walking a little golf course, I thought it was going to be easy. But see, that's not how golf rolls when it comes to it, at this level at least. At this level, it'll wear you out. Believe me, as a caddy, man, I did not have a problem falling asleep whatsoever. And as for Dustin Johnson, the beauty of him is that brother he got the memory of a goldfish. Like, we've been waiting a long time to get a bro on the PGA Tour, and man, we got him. He is world number 1, and he has the attitude of like, hey, bro, it's cool, bro, whatever, bro. Like, he could care less. The saunter that he has on the course is just, I love it.
Let me ask you this question: whatever happened to Rory McIlroy? I mean, listen, you've got him placed 4th. All right, when you talk about the top players in the world, you've got him at 4th. He missed the cut at the Players' Championship. He finished 2nd in the European Tour, though, 8th at the Memorial. I'm wondering, there was a time when we were talking about Rory McIlroy, and we were talking about him as the best in the world, not imagining that anybody else would be there. What happened?
You know what? And there was a time that we were saying if everybody brought their A game to the table, Rory's A game was better than everybody else's. And then Dustin Johnson got a short game. You know, the thing that happened with Rory McIlroy was he has yet to put together in a major, since making the equipment changes, 4 solid rounds back to back to back. You know what I mean? Like, every pro golfer can put 1 great round together. Every pro golfer out here can put 2 good rounds together. What happens is when you have a bad round, the great golfers out here can turn what should be a 76 or a 77 into a 70 or a 69. They'll take a round that they should shoot over par, and they'll turn it into an under par round just because they can grind that good. Rory hasn't been able to do that. And quite honestly, he fell off big time when he made the equipment switch. And I mean the equipment switch from Titleist to Nike. And I know a lot of people listening is like, come on, man, it don't matter that much.
I'm not going to lie to you. That's how I'm thinking about it, because I'm like this. Listen, I understand. First of all, one day somebody needs to explain to me, well, it's a golf club. What is so different about Titleist compared to Nike or whatever?
The clubs. Hold up. I'm going to tell you something. It ain't the golf clubs, bro. You know what it is? It's the ball. And I know that might sound even more ridiculous than the clubs, but the clubs is easy to switch. That ain't the problem. The problem is the golf ball. And think about this. You come from a basketball background, all right? So you out there with a Wilson basketball, and that's all you play with growing up. Wilson, right? And then you're going to go play basketball, and they're going to give you a Spalding or a Nike. Let's say they give you a Nike basketball. You're not going to tell me that Nike basketball feels the exact same that the Wilson did. It's going to take you a while to get adjusted to it. When you are standing on the free throw line.
Come on, Michael. Come on. Hey, Michael, listen. Let me ask you.
Can you tell the difference between indoor basketball and outdoor basketball?
Michael, this is the Stephen A. radio show, bro. I got to ask you these questions, man. I mean, this is important to me. I got to ask you the question. Let me get the question out, okay? Here's the deal. I understand that there may be a difference in the ball. Here's why that notion goes out the window. Do they not know what balls they'll be swinging at with each tournament ahead of time? Are you trying to tell me that one day, one tournament it's Titleist, another tournament it's Nike, or what? Is that how this works? What's the deal?
What I'm telling you how it works is when you go from a Titleist to a Nike to a TaylorMade, all you played as a kid was a Titleist. So when you hit a golf shot, let's say you miss a green, and now you got to hit a chip. You know exactly what that golf shot feels like and how the golf ball is going to react. The problem is when you change golf ball companies, then what felt perfect to you doesn't react the way that you expected. And now what happens is you don't have trust in your field. And when you don't have trust in your field, guess what? You're getting your behind whooped by a whole bunch of people, because this game at this level is all confidence. It's frequent.
All right. So with that being said, what should we expect from Tiger? Because he sounds okay, but I mean, once upon a time, second place sucks. That was his quote. Now he finishes in 8th, 10th, 20th, whatever the hell it is. And you know what? I'm getting better. I'm feeling good. What is up?
Hold up, man. This is where we, the public, the fans, and even the media, this is where we have the memory of a goldfish. This is only Tiger's 11th start since he had back fusion surgery. All right. Now, if we was talking about somebody like Paul Casey or Adam Scott or Jordan Spieth, if Jordan Spieth had back fusion surgery and this was only his 11th start, there's no way we would be like, man, we're disappointed. Jordan Spieth has only been finishing in the top 20. We can't believe he's just barely making a cut on the number and then making a run. But because it's Tiger, the man who puts on the Superman suit with the black and the red on Sunday, we think, hey, this is Tiger Woods from 2000. He's just going to come out here, and as soon as he steps on the tee, it's game on. It don't work like that. It don't work like that.
Damn it, Michael, based on what you're saying, what can we hope to expect from Tiger? I mean, my God, the way you sound, listen, if Tiger finishes in the top 10, we should be thankful that we got to watch him and he competed. That seems to be what you're saying.
Yes, you're damn right. That's exactly right. And I got him on that list that I did of ranking all the players from 1 to 156. I got Tiger finishing 26. And I think that might be a little bit high. Because as good as everybody's going to say that Tiger looked in practice, Tiger got a nickname for himself. It's called Ranger Rick. And the guy who's on the driving range, not necessarily the dude who can take it on to the golf course.
Ranger, did you just say Ranger Rick? That is so corny. That is so corny. No wonder why he's struggling. I mean, my God, who the hell comes up with that Ranger Rick? Come on, Ranger Michael.
You know what? He makes fun of himself because he knows he can go out there and absolutely tattoo it on the driving range and not miss a shot. But then what happens to Ranger Rick when they get on the golf course? Like, that's when you can't simulate pressure. There's no way to simulate that in practice, which is why, like, during practice at the Masters, everybody's like, Tiger's, he's on like Donkey Kong. And he gets on the first tee, snap hook in the tree. Wait, where was that?
So, Michael Collins, basically, you're not expecting anything from Tiger. I mean, anything that really of any real consequence. You've got to finish at 26, and it could be worse. Make the cut. That's it.
Yeah. Hey, listen, out of 156 dudes at a major championship, I understand our expectations for Tiger are unrealistic. And, bro, what do me and you do?
26 is a little bit less. I mean, come on. You know what, Michael? There's 156 reporters, all right, in the world. I got you ranked 26. How you going to feel about that?
I feel like I need to get back in front of my computer and take some typing classes. But
there we go.
You're talking about a dude that failed high school English and still types with 2 fingers. I'll take 26. I'm cool with that. Am I getting closer to the medal stand? Look, if you tell me I'm 26 this year, and that next year I'm going to be in contention to win, what you going to say, no?
My man, I'm very, very disappointed in you. I got you in top 10. I'm very disappointed in you, Michael. I don't even know what to say to you right now. I think you need to see a psychologist and get your confidence level up. I mean, my goodness. Before I let you get on out of here, Michael Collins, by the way, our golf analyst extraordinaire, hosting the Maddie and the Caddy podcast with new episodes every Tuesday. Listen on the ESPN app or on Apple Podcasts. 6-time runner-up, Phil Mickelson. Any chance he turns back the clock and gets his career Grand Slam by winning his first U.S. Open?
Yeah, no chance whatsoever.
No chance. Zero.
No chance. It's just like, look, man, Phil, how many times did Phil have a chance to be world number one and Tiger wasn't even around? This is just something that he wants too bad. And when someone like Phil wants it too bad and tries too hard, it's disastrous. It just don't happen.
Michael, dear Abby Collins. Michael, dear Abby Collins. Wow. That's unbelievable. I mean, just psychoanalysis right there, right? He wants it too bad. That's the reason. The swing, his putt game, his game, you know, it doesn't matter. You know, his game off the tee. Oh, no, that's not the reason. He wants it too bad. Michael, dear Abby Collins. That's what I'm calling you right now. Michael, dear Abby Collins.
I'm just telling the truth, man. Golf is one of those games where sometimes the harder that you try, the worse that it gets. And New York loves Phil, and Phil loves New York. He loves putting on a show. But that also means that sometimes he makes some really dumb decisions.
All right.
And he tries to go for some things he ain't need to go for.
All right.
It ain't like basketball and Steph Curry just throwing it up, you know, at half court and getting that splash when you got to get that splash. Like, Phil don't do that when it comes to the U.S. Open. And now it's the one that he needs.
Hey, Michael Collins, I got to go. You know what a commercial break is, so I got to get on out of here. But I appreciate
it. None of us do this for free, yo.
I appreciate it, Michael, dear Abby Collins. I really appreciate it. Dear Abby, taking the time, giving your psychoanalysis on these golfers. All right, I appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much.
When I get you on the golf course, you're going to see.
All right. I'm going to come out there this summer. Just so I can watch Steph Curry laugh at you, too. I'll make sure I do that. Appreciate you, bro. Thanks so much. 888-SAY-ESPN. It's 888-729-3776. Thanks again to our great golf reporter, Michael Collins. He's hilarious. I love the brother. He's really good people, by the way. More to Stephen A. Smith Show. Back to NBA free agency. And, of course, Antonio Brown of the Pittsburgh Steelers making news. Pretty much for the wrong reasons. We'll discuss that and then some in a minute. You're listening live to the Stephen A. Smith Show, ESPN Radio.
You're listening to the Stephen A. Smith Show podcast.
Let's go to Danny in Dallas. You're live with Stephen A. What's up, Danny? Danny, you're live on the air. Go ahead.
Hey, this is Danny. Hey, Stephen A. First time caller. Love your show, man. I was calling because LeBron, high probability, is going to L.A., but what do you think about, instead of Paul George, Chris Paul going along with him? Because remember
Chris
a few
Paul
years ago, he was supposed to go to...
Chris Paul going along with whom?
With LeBron.
To where?
To L.A.
It would be nice. But, you know, then that means that the end has arrived, or at least a relegated role has arrived for Lonzo Ball, the number 2 overall pick. Obviously, you do that in a heartbeat if you had an opportunity to replace him with Chris Paul. But I think listen, by all indications, Chris Paul has given me every reason to believe he's incredibly happy in Houston. But he and LeBron are very tight. They talk practically every day. The godfathers to each other's children. I mean, it's a big deal. So in that regard, I can't say that, but I can tell you that Chris Paul, every indication he's given me is that he loves Houston. He loves being a part of that team. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I can see that. But I just thought about because a few years ago when he was supposed to go to Lakers and play with Kobe and the NBA nixed that deal.
Yep.
So he has the opportunity to play with LeBron, and definitely has a high probability of winning with L.A. with LeBron compared to Houston.
Okay. All right. We'll see. Appreciate the call, man. Caleb in South Carolina, you're live with Stephen A. Talk to me.
Hey, man, what do you think about the Lakers getting a big man along with LeBron, like a DeMarcus Cousins?
I'm not interested in that right now. I think the game has changed, and you want perimeter players and versatile players, guys that can play multiple positions. That's what you really, really want, more so than anything else. That's what my belief is. I think you need perimeter shooters. If it's a big man that can play outside, if you're talking to Karl Anthony Towns, I know that everybody talks about Boogie Cousins, and he can definitely hit some threes, no doubt about it. But he doesn't play that above the rim. He's not a defensive stalwart. I know you look at Brook Lopez. He's certainly an upgrade from Brook Lopez, and I'm not trying to say to ignore him, but it would not be a priority for me to acquire Boogie Cousins if I'm the Los Angeles Lakers.
Well, as a Laker fan, you get stuck. You always want that big man because of the Abdul-Jabbars and the Shaq.
But Boogie's not one that's doing it for you in the low post. He's shooting jump shots. He's pulling up from the perimeter. He's a big boy. He's got skills. He can play. I like him. I just don't know if the Lakers situation is ideal for him. Appreciate the call, though. Thank you. Let's go to Aries in New Jersey. You're live with Stephen A. What's up?
What's going on, Stephen? First-time caller. Love the show. Keep up the great work, man.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Quick question. What about LeBron going to the Thunder since everyone is expecting George to go to LA?
LeBron will never go to OKC. That won't happen. Ain't going to OKC. OKC, that's why you're trying to offer Paul George the max, because everybody ain't clamoring to go to OKC. That's your problem. So, that's just the way that it is. Let's go to Yuri in Long Island City. You're live with Stephen A. What's up, Yuri?
I just have 3 quick questions.
Go ahead.
I just wanted to know, with Dave Fitzdale now being in place as the head coach, do you realistically see Kyrie coming next year?
Kyrie coming where? Kyrie coming where?
To New York.
Realistically, I don't see it happening. I think you got competitors, but it's possible because they were on his short list.
Yeah. And then with my second and third question, do you realistically see the Knicks moving up in the draft to draft Michael Porter Jr.? And if not,
no.
I like Miles Porter at the 9th pick. I wanted to know what would you do with the 9th pick?
I'm praying Trae Young will land to them. That's what I'm praying for. I'm praying that Trae Young will land to the New York Knicks so they can grab him with the 9th spot. Trae Young or Sexton out of Alabama. One of those others. I'm not a Ntilikina fan. I'm praying that Trae Young or Sexton lands to New York at number 9. That's what I'm praying for.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's go to Albert in Palm Springs. You're live with Stephen A. What's up, Albert?
Stephen A., big-time Clipper fan here.
Thank you.
Wanted to know if the Clippers would be smart to trade the 13th and 12th pick to move up in the top 5 or top 6 in the draft, and would that intrigue LeBron going to L.A. with Jerry West?
All I've ever been told, now I know Jerry West is going to go for it all, but all I've ever been told is that LeBron James, if he went to L.A., it wouldn't be to play for the Clippers. He fully recognizes the fact that the Clippers are close to irrelevant in L.A. compared to the Lakers. It's not that they're irrelevant. It's just that the Lakers are a different animal, man. The Lakers are a different animal. Laker Nation out there in L.A. is something special. And I think they would have more of a case. Not only that, LeBron James is incredibly tight with Chris Paul. And Chris Paul does not speak highly of Doc Rivers.
Do you see any other big-name player that would be willing to go to L.A. to the Clippers?
No.
Yeah, that's always hard to hear.
All right. I think they could build. I think they're going in the right direction. I'm happy that Doc Rivers, who I didn't think would get a contract extension, ended up getting a contract extension. All of those things are true. But their ability to acquire a big-time free agent, I haven't heard one single player on a free agent market that's thinking about going to the Clippers.
To move up, would that be a smart move for them?
It depends on who you can get. It depends on based on need and who you can get. And by the way, they're about to lose DeAndre Jordan too. So let's keep that in mind. He ain't gonna be there for long. So all of those things are things that you got to worry about right now. That's the issue that you got going on. All of that.
Thank you, Stephen A.
Thank you. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, keep in mind that DeAndre Jordan has a player option this summer. He's somebody that wanted to end up in Houston. And if Houston doesn't want to give Clint Capella the max and they let him escape to Houston for the max deal, who's to say what they'd be willing to do for DeAndre Jordan? They might be willing to do something with DeAndre. Let's not forget that he wants to end up in Houston. 888-SAY-ESPN. Back with your calls to close out the show in a minute. You're listening live to Stephen A. on ESPN Radio.
Guess what? You're in the middle of the Stephen A. Smith Show podcast.
Damn it, I mean it! Back to the phones we go at 888-SAY-ESPN. Russell in South Carolina, talk to me.
Hey, Stephen A. Thanks for taking the call. Just wanted to chime in on what Michael Collins said about Rory McIlroy and the equipment changes, and you were absolutely right. What he failed to mention was that Rory won 2 majors with the Titleist golf ball. He also won 2 majors with the Nike golf ball. So, in my opinion, if you're a great player, you're going to figure out how to get the ball in the hole. And that's Rory's problem right now, is he can't get the ball in the hole on a consistent basis. He also had the biggest Masters meltdown of all time, or one of them, with that Titleist golf ball. So it's not the golf ball, it's the head.
Got it.
Thanks for taking the call.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Appreciate that very, very much. Speaking of head cases, Antonio Brown of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Did you hear what he had to say? When he was approached by reporters after skipping voluntary OTAs, listen to what happened. Listen to Antonio Brown talking to the media and expressing himself.
And I'm constantly under the pressure. I can't go nowhere and work out by myself. Fans come meet me at the field. I can't do nothing normal. You guys write about me every day. My mom, my kids see it. So we have to deal with these type of things, And I started to think to myself, am I really free? I can't really express myself in this game. I can't really tell you guys how I feel. You guys make the pressure to put pressure on me all the time. Am I really free? And I go to asking myself that in regards to taking away time from my kids and everything that's going on. So I had to get away to, free my mind.
Antonio Brown, he made some valid points. You can feel encased. You can feel locked in. Like if you pass gas, if you spray perfume with folks, they'll accuse you of passing gas. It can get ridiculous. I would know. But I'll also say this. Antonio Brown, stop whining, bro. Good brother. Does a lot of great things in the community and beyond. Great guy. Great receiver. Fully worthy of that $72 million contract over 5 years that he signed a couple of years ago. But you're a pro. You're not an amateur. And the things that you did to get the contract, remember, you put yourself in the public eye. You got the Instagram and the Twitter and the Facebook accounts, and you tweet things not just on the field, but off the field, personal, not just professional. You invite the attention. You absolutely positively invite it. And if you're doing that, then obviously you're going to be scrutinized. See, somebody like me, ladies and gentlemen, because we had to start off the show with me addressing my situations. Let me be very, very clear. Everything I do is professional. I don't invite anything into my personal life. I am mad that I can't cuss people out. Personally, Jonathan and Nuno and Kat look at me like, oh, Lord, oh, my goodness. But, John, they know. If I had to pick, let me tell you something right now. Let me be very, very clear. I absolutely love and I'm honored to be a part of the ESPN family. But if there's one thing I lament, trust you me, my mouth is not Mickey Mouse. Oh, I will curse you out in a heartbeat. It actually, that's the one part about working on FCC airwaves that I lament. Oh, because trust you me, if it wasn't for FCC airwaves, you'd hear a different language coming out of my mouth. I'm just respectful and cognizant of the profession and the obligations that come along with it. But, oh, trust you me, I cuss people out in a heartbeat. Can't do that over FCC airwaves. F-bombs, MF-bombs, and everything in between. Yes, I've done it. When I leave the store, I still do it. Just won't do it on the air because it's not allowed. But trust you me. I'm trying to tell you. Oh, my Lord. I never needed to watch the movie Waiting to Exhale. All I had to do was feel free to express myself, and I exhaled lovely. But you can't do that. Can't do that over the FCC airwaves of my job, and then Antonio Brown's job. Nobody wants to hear it. You're getting paid. Go out there and perform. They didn't ask you any questions about your personal life or your family or anything. They asked you about you and football, which is what you get paid to do. Can't whine and moan about that, Antonio Brown. Can't do that. You're one of the best. You're big time. But that's a small time attitude to have. Ain't nobody trying to hear that. Ain't nobody bothering your 5 kids. Ain't nobody bothering your mama or anybody else. They're talking about you and football. Got to deal with that, bro. I'll holler at y'all in 22 hours. Until then, Stephen A. signing off. Peace and love.
That's just a sample of what you'll hear on the Stephen A. Smith Show. Weekdays at 1 p.m. Eastern on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.